What is up, everybody? We're back over here on the NFC North Roundtable, week 15? Week 15 preview? My God, bro, the season's going too fast. I just said that out loud. This is insane, man. The season's flying by, and today we have some monster matchups. I mean, I got people sending me text. Shout out to my man Michael Banks. Like, hey, this, I don't even think it was Banks. Someone sent it to me. They're like, man, Lions Bills Super Bowl preview. Like, I mean, this is legit. This is a good weekend. We got an NFC North battle, and honestly, we have a legit playoff battle here with Seattle handling business. So we got a lot of good games. Before we get into any of that, though, of course, shot to bet US, man. And over here, we took a look at the odds for the MVP award on Wednesday, but I also wanted to take a look at the Coach of the Year award. Because right now, Dan Campbell is the favorite, -165. But this has definitely moved. Like, over the last few weeks, he's become the favorite. I know Tomlin was for a minute here. The Kevin O'Connell one, though, is interesting because he's currently second. So, one more. I want to ask you, how does he win this award? How does he get himself to first here?
Ooh, man, we got to go out strong, man. We can't lose. I mean, we got the Packers, Lions. A couple of very tough matchups coming up. I mean, the week 18 against the Lions could be a big game depending on what happens. But, I mean, we just got to finish strong. I mean, we got to finish about 13, 14 wins. I think I said it in our live on Wednesday. I think Dan Campbell has a little bit easier road just based off the roster, the players he has, and expectations that were coming into the season. I think Kevin O'Connell's big edge is just that nobody expected this. Nobody expected it.
Yeah.
Real quick, I just want to comment. Yep. I'm not saying he should win that, but 45 plus 4,500 for LaFleur is a little crazy considering he won 3 games with a backup quarterback and 9-4. I feel like that's a little crazy. I feel like that's a little crazy. Not saying he should win.
As going in.
Not saying he should. Not saying he should. But plus 4,500, that's a little crazy.
So, is there a little quarterback controversy? Is that what we're trying to spark here?
No, that's not what we're doing. That is not.
All right, and then where is Thomas Brown?
Thomas Brown's got to be on there. So I'm just gonna say that.
Hey, those odds.
Plus $1 million. Put $1 on it.
Hey, if they did win out though, like it'd be like, hold up, wait a minute, maybe this team let him make the playoffs, Nick. Let that happen. That guy.
Hey, it's not over. It's not over.
All right, man. That's BetUS. You want your sports book? You're looking for one. You just found it. It's YouTube 150. That's the code, man. Hook yourself up. All right, let's get into these because we got some good matches. We're going to start right in the NFC North. And, Nick, I'm going to go right to you with this one because you guys got the Vikings, and last time you played this team, it was intense. I mean, you guys forced overtime. Unfortunately, you lost that one, but you played every NFC North team down to the absolute wire to this point. You guys get over the hump this week and find a way. Give us your takes on this one.
Yeah, I mean, like, in Minnesota, Monday Night Football, Caleb Williams is now the most sacked quarterback in Chicago Bears history in a single season. Losing DeAndre Carter, losing Jaquan Brisker, losing Rashawn Johnson. Everything is against the Bears. But that's how it's been during the 7-game losing streak. I mean, it's been against the Bears the entire time. So why Caleb Williams is tired of losing. You could see it on the sideline. You can see it, his attitude. He's throwing his helmet around. He's like, I just want to win a ball game. I miss, and every time that the Bears won earlier this year, he had some of the best pictures, just cheering, arms in the air, just super excited about it, pretty much life as a whole. And he goes in, it's Monday Night Football. Why not the Bears? I say it every single time, but why not the Bears? Minnesota, they've been playing some darn good football, but it was a close game last time. And that was Thomas Brown's second game calling plays. We talked about this a couple days ago, but Thomas Brown was a little bit more in the bag when it came to play calling in the second half of the San Francisco game, but that's when the Bears started to actually score some points. So hopefully Thomas Brown handles play calling again because now he's seen what this Vikings defense will throw at him. He's got more clips, studying more game film. He has an extra day he has 8 days in order to study. So hopefully the Bears come out and do a couple good things against this Vikings team. I know it's a big battle. Vikings obviously are trying to make a big I mean, they practically are in the playoffs at this point, I believe. But the Bears played them tough last time, and that was still without some of our key players. Rome Odunze's heating up. Keenan Allen's heating up. Caleb Williams can have a big game against Minnesota and get things going. If the Bears defense can look like themselves again, I think this could be a good game. The big factors are going to be, can the Bears not play soft zone defense? Can they play man-to-man against Minnesota and stop Justin Jefferson like they did last time? Can they stop Addison this time? Because that was a big problem for us a couple weeks back at Soldier Field. And then can the Bears offense get the running attack going? We haven't gotten the running attack going over the last 5 weeks. Haven't broken over 100 yards rushing in that time period. Need to find a way to do it against Minnesota. And Brian Flores, obviously a very good defensive coordinator, a guy that's been linked to the Bears, potentially next head coach. that's a big game for him because he's going to be McCaskey's and Kevin Warren going to be watching him heads up. So the Bears just need to find a way to just tweak a few things, and it should be a competitive game up in Minnesota.
What's the score, Dick? Let us know.
I can't.
Or win or loss. You ain't had to give me a score. Just tell me who's winning.
No, Bears are winning this game.
Okay.
Bears would be like 14-0 if your predictions were right, wouldn't they?
God, hey, listen.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Hey, listen, it's my world. We're just living it. You know what I mean?
One bar. I heard you're not concerned though. You're not concerned. One bar. Is that true?
Well, when you're not concerned, that's when you should be concerned. Like this is a different game. When the Vikings and Bears played a couple weeks back, like the Bears were still scratching and clawing. They still had a chance. But now, I mean, after that 49ers game, I mean, they were just such a defeated. It was like a whole different ball club. They fired their coach since then. Thomas Brown had a horrible game. I mean, it was just a horrible game all around. Everybody seems absolutely checked out. All of that said, it's an NFC North game. I do expect it to be a game. I mean, I can't. If the Bears come out and do that same crap they did last week against the Niners and just like don't want to be there, man, find something else to do. Let's play some football here on Monday night. This is a Monday night game. Let's give everybody a show here. Hopefully that show is the Vikings putting up 50 on this team that looks like they're defeated. If I'm Nick, I want the Bears to lose. I want a better draft pick. I want all that stuff. But it will be a game. I tried to sit and look at this thing as far as, how do the Vikings win? How do the Bears lose? Like it's I'm not trying to be rude, but like the Vikings should wipe the floor with them. They should wipe the floor with them. Justin Jefferson, they shot him. They shut him down last time. Jordan Addison, they've been on an absolute roll. The Vikings have been on a tear. Sam Darnold is just playing on a completely different level. But the Bears do have some players. Like maybe the Bears come out. Maybe they're getting so much crap. They're going to come out and absolutely just play their best game. Caleb Williams, he hasn't been playing bad. DeAndre Swift, he hasn't been playing good. But they have players that are definitely capable of playing. And Thomas Brown, how embarrassed he was. He finally got a shot and just crapped the bed. Maybe he comes out fire. Maybe this is the game that they absolutely stick up for him and just come out and be like, look, we're going to play for you. We're going to get you a dub here. You deserve it. So I'm not going in this game just thinking like, hey, we're going to kill the Bears. We're going to wipe floor with them. We should beat them. It's going to be a game. NFC North rival against the Bears. It is at home. So I do expect the Vikings to win. I got the Vikings like 30-23.
That's a game.
And it will be a game. I mean, even the last time the Bears 11 points in like freaking 25 seconds or some crap. I can't even remember it. It'll be a game. I hope it's not, but it will be.
I had fun watching that part.
Just that part.
What about the end part? Was the end part?
No, I went home and cried. So anyway.
One bar, look, I didn't realize that there was actually 2 Justin Jefferson stoppers in the division, but now I know. So I didn't know. I'm glad.
Three Jair, but he can't get on the field. So
daddy.
All right, 2.5. We'll get 2.5. Until he's on the field, then we can give him the 3. We'll get 2.5. Justin Jefferson stoppers. Jefferson, his career might be over. That's what you were saying, one bar. He can't produce in this division. But you know what this feels like? I remember like in the past when the Vikings had Cordero Patterson, and like he would just give some spark. And I feel like the Bears need that. The Bears kind of just need, I don't even know who's going to return the kicks for them. Like, Nick, I have no idea who that's going to be. Okay, Josh Blackwell. He needs to go crazy in this one. Just give us a kick return to start things off. Vikings try to kick a short, set the tone. He takes that thing back. I think that's what they need is some juice like that. Maybe a Tyson Bagent game. I don't know. They just need something because Bagent cooked last time on primetime.
This
he just cooked.
Pat O'Connor. Blackwell.
they need their this week's Pat O'Connor 100%. For me, though, I'm with one. Like, I want a Bears win so bad, but I can't go there right now just because, Nick, I just need to see the questions answered about the defense. Defense pulls it together a little bit this week. I might pick y'all again this year, but I just need to see what that actually is going to look like. And right now, I think Kevin O'Connell, he's got the case, man. I'm the best at this on offense. Like, I know what the heck I'm doing. We're going to score points. Doesn't matter who we're facing, and they just find a way. They get guys open, and they have probably the best 2-receiver duo in football. I mean, they on any given Sunday they can. It's incredible. So I'm going to go Vikings this week. And I'm going to go Vikings kind of big. I think it's going to get kind of ugly. I'm going to go 30-10.
Wait. I haven't done a crazy score prediction in a minute.
Oh, Nick. Okay. I mean,
you
got one.
Prediction in a minute.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Bears win this one 35-13.
Oh, Jesus.
What you doing if that happens?
And what am I doing? I'm calling one bar.
Going back to France? Is that
listen, the wine came back. The wine will be popped. I'll be doing a live stream on my show anyway. you guys better log in. Just be like, oh,
I'll be there. I'll be there regardless.
One bar, you can come on. You know.
That'd be great.
Man. Yeah. All right. I had to do it because I've been pretty accurate with these crazy score predictions. I could be flipping it the other way. My dyslexia might be kicking in, but hey, listen. We're good. We're living the dream. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Baz.
No, you're good. Normally I'd agree and be like, not with that, not agreeing with that. Normally I'd agree with it being a tight game with the interdivisional, but I'm not. Vikings are hot, 6 straight. Darnold coming off his best game. The Bears' defensive worst game all season. The Bears' offense under 21 points, 6 out of last 7 games. Under 40 rushing yards for DeAndre Swift, 3 straight games. I mean, nothing is going for them, and I think a lot of their players are kind of quitting on the season. They took 7 sacks last week, and I know one bar you're talking about the Vikings need to get back at rushing the passer well, and they've had 5 sacks over the last how many games. Usually they'd get like 5 a game. They could definitely get 5 a game here, and I think they will. I'm the same as Dion, man. A couple score game. I got 28-14 Minnesota.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, look, man, and here's the thing. Good to the Vikings. They show up on primetime. I mean, they played the Colts, too. It's like, man, they show up on primetime. I'll give it to them. I'll go to the Lions one next, because now we'll kind of revert back to order a little bit. Or we can just keep going backwards. That's fine. I'll go to the Lions one next, though. Lions-Bills. It's a 1-point spread right now over there on BetUS. This one's expected to be fantastic. And I think it's going to be, because there's like it's like, I don't want to say there's less on this game, but it kind of feels like in a way it is because it's AFC, NFC. But at the same time, it's like, let's just take 2 of the most exciting teams and let them play each other and just see what the heck this looks like. For some reason, it's the 4 o'clock window. I don't think it's the game of the week by Fox is on CBS. So it's going to be like a weird spot. But I love the matchup here, man. I'm super excited because last time we played this team on Thanksgiving, it felt like okay, we've arrived a little bit. Like we didn't make the playoffs that season, but we were starting to win, and then we played them, we lost by 3, and that's like one of those like rare, like this was a good loss. This team is going the right direction, and Josh Allen was completely healthy, so we didn't get to see him look like his normal self, and now all of a sudden they are healthy. Like he's healthy, Dalton Kincaid's back, the receivers are in a good spot, Amari Cooper's playing well, and it's like they have their weapons offensively. This is a completely like reintroduced team that does run the football well. I want to see this Lions secondary unit play this offense because I'm watching Mac Hollins do work. And I just can't help but sit there and be like, Mac Hollins ain't doing that to us. Like, I mean, I just don't believe it. I understand it's the Rams he's doing. I don't think he's going to do it to us. So I want to see how that plays out. I want to see if we're stopping the run better. This defensive line's hopefully going to be a little more healthy for this one. I think similar to the Packers game, it may be a ton of scoring in this one. But I also think with it being an AFC game, with it being understanding that it's just like you kind of know who's across from you. You got to put up points. I think that Dan Campbell's going to come out here and do a fake very early in this game. That's my expectation. Again, I think we're going to see a fake punt very early in this one. If it's the first drive, so be it. First 4th down, he's faking a punt. So I'm going to take the Lions, but I think this one's going to be super fun. I'll take the Lions with this one 35. Let's go 35-27. All right, we'll win it with a kneel down. Bass, I'll go to you. What do you got?
Hey, Nick, guess where this game's being played?
And is it in Detroit?
It is.
God, dude, how many teams did Detroit play in Detroit?
You know.
Oh my gosh, what's the moon looking like? Is the real question.
Ooh, I don't know. I actually I think it is close to a wax and gibbous because we were like a few days before the wax and gibbous last Thursday, so it might be right now. So you might be fine. Is it a 1-point spread for the Lions' favor, right?
Yeah, Lions -1.
Okay, that's crazy because before I even saw that spread, I have a 1-point victory for the Lions. Also matchup 2 top offenses. You know, Goff's second in completion percentage plus quarterback rating in the NFL. Detroit defense second in points per game allowed, 18, but coming off a game where they allowed 31 points to the Packers. They're first against quarterback in terms of rating. They've only allowed a 76.5. Buffalo has allowed the fewest amount of quarterback sacks. So, you know, last week the Lions got 1 sack on Jordan Love, and I think it's going to be important to contain Allen. You know, what's he called? 3 rushing touchdowns last week? That's crazy, right? Crazy. So I think that's going to be like key for them. If Allen can get going on the ground, escaping sacks, I think he hasn't been sacked in like 3 weeks. It's absurd. So I think that's going to be their key to moving the football. They have a pretty solid defense too, but they also just gave up a ton of points. Buffalo also allows 4.7 yards per carry, which is 26 in the league. So I think the Lions will get going running and be able to kind of own the time of possession again like they did last week. So I have Detroit 35-34.
Ooh, that's fun. 1 bar?
Yeah.
Now we're all close on the scores. I mean, everybody's, hey, is this a potential Super Bowl preview? You know, is this and that's fair. That's fair talk right now as far as the Bills and the Lions being in the Super Bowl. I mean, Bills coming off a tough loss against the Rams. Baz said it, top 2 scoring offenses in the league. This should be a damn fun game to watch. I'm looking forward to watching this one. Buffalo, I believe all 3 of their losses are on the road. And they're going to Detroit, so I definitely put that into it. But this could really go either way. I mean, obviously, I want the Bills to come out and beat the hell out of the Lions, but that's a big ask. I think the Lions, when it comes down to it, playing this Bills team, they're just too balanced. They're getting guys back on defense. And my score is right in line with you guys. I got the Lions 35, Bills 33.
33. Damn, score got me. Does that happen?
It's happening.
That's probably not. It's happening.
Nick,
yeah.
what do you
Crazy.
think? And you're muted. You're muted, Nick.
I don't know.
Yeah, but he's really into it. He was really into it.
100% pounding the over in this game if we're going 35-33.
It's going to be like 12-10. That's what
Yeah.
No, I'm actually really looking forward to this game because 2 head coach candidates that are linked to the Bears, and Joe Brady and Ben Johnson, both offensive coordinators for each team, are going at it. So excited to see the offensive game plan for each. Obviously, we got to see Ben Johnson a little bit more, considering he's been with the Lions for a couple years now. But the Bills, it's Josh Allen, Jared Goff, man. And like we've all said, it's a potential Super Bowl matchup. Not only that, too, but like it's a good defensive matchup, too. Like I feel like the Bills and the Lions in their own ways have similar defense. These teams are very similar. I think that the Lions are the better team, though. I have the Lions winning this one. But the Bills, they're going to put up a shooting match against the Lions. And yes, it's in Detroit, which I don't think I've ever seen the Lions play on the road, except when they play the Bears in a couple weeks at Soldier Field. It's just absolutely insane. So I got this one being a good game from an offensive perspective, but I know we were joking about how it might be like a 12-10 game. I think it's going to be a little closer than we think. I got it being 21-20 Lions, and here's what's going to happen. There's going to be a weird Buffalo's going to try to go for 2 early in the game to be aggressive because Dan Campbell's going to do some sort of fake punt or something. And they're going to be like, hey, 2 could play at that game, and it's going to cost them. So I got the Lions winning this one 21-10. But I do have Jared Goff throwing for over 350 yards and Josh Allen throwing 3 touchdowns for over 370. I think it's going to be a high passing game because the NFL wants to see these 2 go at it.
I'm here for it. And by the way, just for everybody watching, like if there's a game, if you were like, hey, what's the game where it's like we want to see mobile quarterbacks? This is the game. Currently, Josh Allen's got over 400 yards rushing. Goff has 47, so they're pretty tight there too. That'll be fun to see how that shakes out. We'll go to the next one, man. We got Seahawks, Packers, and honestly, this game has become really exciting because the Rams are knocking out. They're trying to get the first place, and now it looks like there's a path for potentially 2 teams to get in, but it would take the Packers probably falling off. And it starts right here with Seattle. So Bass, I'm gonna go right to you because this is a big one. It's a night game. Geno Smith looking pretty good. What do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah, they're back in Seattle. I think the last time we played in Seattle was Mike McCarthy era, so it's been a very long time. A lot of the matchups have gone to Green Bay. And, week 10 was both of our teams' buys, and I was looking at Seattle at that point, like looking ahead at the schedule, and I'm like, oh, this one, not that you ever look ahead and you're like, that's an easy dub, but you kind of look at it and you're like, all right, like that should be fine. I mean, they have 4 straight wins since then. They're heading into their bye 4-5. Now they're 8-5. So Seattle's playing some really, really good football. The last 4 games, their defense has allowed under 22 points per game, but the Packers offense on the flip side has 30 plus points in the last 3 games. Jordan Love, 100 plus quarterback rating in the last 4 games. So everything is kind of clicking for the Packers offense as of right now. Scoring 31 against Detroit, I think is phenomenal. Although you want to get away with a win there, I think scoring 31 against that defense, just showcases, this Packers offense is firing on all cylinders. I think that Seattle defense, though, is very underrated. I think they're creating turnovers. The 2 safeties on the back end, I think it's Julian Love and also Kobe Bryant, 2 great safeties for that team. Seattle offense also performing on all cylinders, 26 plus in back-to-back games. But the key here is going to be the Packers defense getting off on third downs and converting third downs. I think last week, they're 1 for 5, 2 for 5. The fact that they only had 5 third down conversions is crazy. But they got to convert on third downs, and they got to get off the field on third downs. I think that's massive for the Packers. Also stopping the run. I don't care if it's Kenneth Walker or Zach Charbonnet. Both guys can run the rock. But yeah, it's also going to be important for the Packers to potentially get back Jair. I think they will. That's massive against their receivers, right? With Metcalf, Lockett, and JSN in the slot. 3 really, really good wide receivers, and hopefully we get back Evan Williams from the concussion he suffered in Detroit. Also, Edgerrin Cooper, one of our coverage linebackers, because Isaiah McDuffie's allowed like 212 receiving yards in the last 2 games on him. So it's been a massive, massive problem. And yeah, it was bad against the Lions. It was worse against the Dolphins. It was like 150 against the Dolphins. It was crazy. It was absolutely insane. I'm not lying. Like, I'm not exaggerating that number. So getting Edgerrin Cooper back is bigger than people may think. But I think it's going to be a great matchup. You know, Sunday Night Football. Can't overlook the Seahawks. They're playing some great football. I think it's going to be a close game, though. I got Green Bay winning 24-20.
Baz, it's just a pick up there because for me, like, the Seattle defense has been what it is. I mean, the defense has come together. They got a great defensive minded coach, and I can't think of who their linebacker is at number 13. He got a pick last week. Like, that's been a big addition. They made the trade for him, and it's helped them a lot, it seems like.
Is it Ernest Jones?
Yeah, Ernest Jones. Good look. Ernest Jones. He had the pick, and like I think, you know, you saw Kobe Bryant get cooked last week one time, but when I watched that offense, my whole thing is this: how does that Packers offensive line handle that defensive line? Because you said it on Wednesday, Pat O'Connor was cooking. All right, now I don't know that Seattle's got a Pat O'Connor, but they do got a couple good defensive linemen over there, and that could be a very. I mean, that's the matchup I'm certain because those are interior defensive linemen where they're built, and that is the team that's like, if the interior is shaky for Green Bay, even if they're healthy, that's the one way I think defensively they find consistency. And then on the flip side, it's like Seattle showed that they had a little bit of a quick pass game attack last week. Like, I think that's going to be necessary because otherwise that offense line is going to get torched. Kenny Clark came to life. They're going to get torched up front. They're not that great anyway. So for me, I'm actually going to go Seattle in this one. I just think that this is a really good matchup for both. I think it's a good matchup for Seattle in a lot of ways. Like, if they're going to get an upset or if they're going to surprise somebody, I think this is a team that you do it against just because offensive line-wise, you could have some success. And then, I think Geno's better than numbers as bad as they look, but the concern is he will turn the ball over, and your defense will take the football away. So that's what it is for me. It's about turnovers, but I'm going to take the Packers. I'm going to take Seattle. Stop playing. I'm going to take Seattle, and I'm going to take them.
You want to.
I don't want to. I don't want to. You know what I mean? But part of me saying, like, you crazy taking Geno Smith. You taking Eugene? Yeah, I'm taking Eugene. I got him 26-20. Sorry, 26-20. Okay. I'm going to take Seattle. Okay. Yeah, it's a reasonable game. Not 14. Y'all are going to score more than that. One bar. What do you think?
Eugene. It's crazy. I'm looking forward to watching this game more so because I have watched barely anything of Seattle. I generally don't give two craps about Seattle. Seattle's on. I'm watching a different game. But that said, they've been on a roll, and they are a good team. I just never give them the love that they deserve. 4-game winning streak. I think it'll end up being a damn good game. You guys said it, Geno Smith. I mean, he gets a share of yards every week. The dude's putting up yards, but he also turns the ball over, and the Packers are going to probably be taking that thing from him. Jacobs, he should have a day. I would imagine that he has a day. I know Seattle gives up yards on the ground. Jordan Love, you know, can he go another week? No interceptions, holding on to the ball. I would think he can. I think the Packers are going to win this game. I think this is going to be a game where the Packers win this with ease, but the score is going to be close. The score is not going to do it justice. So I have Jacobs having a big game. I have Geno Smith turning the ball over, and I have the Packers winning 27-20.
Okay. Nick?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about the Seahawks is that division that they're in, everyone's fighting for a spot. Like, every game is a playoff game for the rest of the season. So they're going to come out swinging, and it's in Seattle. Right, Baz? It is in Seattle.
Yeah, you never play at home.
And yeah, you never play at home. The Packers never play at home. Lions always play at home. Seattle's a tough place to play. They're gonna come out swinging. Geno Smith, obviously, one of the best. He's having a pretty decent year. I don't think anyone. I mean, at least my close circle no one expected Seattle to be even in consideration for the playoffs this late in the year. So they're cooking on all cylinders right now. The way the balance is with Green Bay, though, I got Green Bay winning this game. As much as it hurts to say sometimes, because I would love to not be in last place all the time. Because Baz and I,
that's far gone, brother. That's far.
Yeah, I know. It just hurts. But I think that Green Bay is going to win this game. I think it's going to be.
There you go.
Come on now, you broke the curse. I think that Green Bay is going to come out winning this game. Seattle, even though they have a lot of pressure on them, I think they're going to fold under the pressure even at home. I think Green Bay, like I kind of was saying earlier this week, played a really tough game against the Detroit Lions, who are arguably the best team in the NFC. And if Green Bay can do what they did against Detroit, they're going to beat Seattle. So I got this one going in Green Bay's favor, 28-17 Green Bay Packers.
There you go.
That's it. They handled Seattle. That's what that is. Man, this is going to be a good week of football, man. I'm excited for this one. I'll go around, though. We got any last words? Because, again, if you're looking for your sportsbook, BetUS is right here. You got to see it right here, YouTube 150. Should be in the description, but if it's not, just type that in. Last words for the panel. Bass, you got anything?
Yeah, I'll just finish on, like, it's kind of, Packers are in a kind of weird situation. Like, they don't need to win out to make the playoffs. Like, and even, like, losing a couple games doesn't really hurt them. Like, they're kind of looking at, like, a later seed in the NFC regardless. But you kind of got to use these games to get things right? Build more on your team, kind of tune up a bit, and hopefully that starts here in Seattle.
Matt, real quick, Alex, I'm curious. What is you guys are in the 6th seed, right? So behind Minnesota. Who is the next team? Like, are you guys like 3 games ahead of the next spot, like for actually not being in the playoff picture? Okay.
Yeah, we're 98% chance to make the playoffs right now. And I think even if we lost every single game, we still have like 30% chance. So like that's So like not saying it's a given, but we should.
Yep. All right, Nick, you got anything?
I just pray that we keep it competitive this week, make it somewhat fun to watch, more fun than against the Niners. And one bar, I hope that my live stream, I am drinking wine drunk with my crazy score prediction. So
hell yeah,
talk to you soon.
Go.
Little boy, you got anything?
You know what, Nick? It probably will be. I hope it's not competitive. It was nice, even though it was only in the 4th quarter last week, just to finish that game with no pressure, and also go Bills. I hope the Bills just wipe the floor with you, Dion. Has to happen. But I want week 18. I want week 18 to mean something.
I respect it. I get that. It's crazy that you said that to leave the show on, but I understand where you're coming from. Go Bears, absolutely. Yeah, man. Hey, man, we're going to leave it there. Appreciate y'all joining. We'll see you guys next Monday to recap these games. So join us on the NFC North Roundtable. Tell your friends or don't. And we out.